For the equilibrium, Br2 plus Cl2 equals 2 BrCl. If 0.25 moles of Br2 and 0.25 moles of Cl2 are introduced into a 1 liter container, what will be the equilibrium concentrations? Okay, what are we given? Moles of Br2 equals 0.25. Moles of Cl2 equals 0.25. And volume is equal to 1.0 liters. So the concentration then of Br2, the molarity is moles per liter, 0.25 moles over 1 liter, 0.25 molar. Likewise, concentration of Cl2 is 0.25 moles over 1 liter, 0.25 molar. Alright, so to get the equilibrium concentrations, we need to construct an ice table. Br2 plus Cl2 to BrCl. Ice, initial, change, equilibrium. So initially you have 0.25 molar of bromine, 0.25 molar of chlorine, and 0 molar of BrCl because you haven't formed any product yet. Okay, so we let X be the amount of Br2 that reacts to achieve equilibrium. So the reactant side, the concentration decreases. The product side, the concentration increases. So this is minus X, and you look at the coefficients. For every 1 Br, you also consume 1 Cl. So this is also minus X. And you look at the product side. For every 1 Br, you produce 2 BrCls. So if X is the amount of bromine consumed, it means that 2X is the amount of BrCl that was produced. So the equilibrium for the reactant side is initial minus change. And for the product side is the initial plus change, 0 plus 2x, x. Okay, so then we say that Kc is products over reactants, concentration of BrCl raised to its coefficient, over concentration of Br2 raised to its coefficient, concentration of Cl2 raised to its coefficient. And these are all at equilibrium. Alright, so let's substitute the values. Kc is 7.0 equals, what is BrCl at equilibrium? It's x squared. And what is Br2 at equilibrium? 0.25 minus x. And concentration of Cl2 at equilibrium is also 0.25 minus x. Alright, so now this is not chemistry anymore, this is algebra. So we have to expand. 7.0 equals x squared over 0.25 times 0.25 is 0.0625. X times 0.25 is 0.25. Plus x times 0.25 is 0.25, so that will be minus 0.50x, and minus x times minus x is plus x squared. So expanding, you get 7.0 times 0.0625 minus 0.50x plus x squared is equal to x squared. Okay, so you distribute. That becomes 0.4375 minus 3.5x plus 7x squared is equal to x squared. Okay, so I'm going to put that x squared on the left side, so then it becomes 6x squared minus 3.5x plus 0.4375 is equal to 0. So we solve for x using quadratic equation. Okay, so x is negative b, negative 3.5 plus minus the square root of b squared, negative 3.5 squared minus 4ac, 0.4375 all over 2 times a is 6. So that becomes x is 3.5 plus minus square root of 1.75 all over 12. So you're going to have two roots. x1 is equal to 0.402 and x2 is equal to 0.1814, and you choose the root that makes sense, and the root that makes sense is x2 because we are only starting with 0.25 molar, so there's no way that you're going to get 0.4 because you're starting with 0.25. Alright, so now that we know the value of x, we can now solve for the equilibrium values. So at equilibrium, concentration of Br2 is 0.25 minus x, 0.25 minus 0.1814, that would be 0.0686 molar. Likewise, concentration of Cl2 is 0.25 minus x, that would be 0.0686 molar. And finally, the concentration of BrCl is simply x, which is 0.1814 molar.